Thank you.
Whoop!
Oh, you're those demons from before. Remember me?
Not really. It's pretty hard to tell all you humans apart.
So demons have difficulty distinguishing humans, do they?
What are you doing? Taking notes?
Well, you know, knowledge is power, especially for wimps like me.
If you're weak, what are you doing in the Resistance?
I'm a royalist. I want King Jam back in charge of this country. Everyone here would say the same.
And that's reason enough to lay down your life for him? I'll never understand humans.
Fascinating. So demons struggle with the idea of self-sacrifice. There.
Why, that's not true at all. I'd gladly give my life for King Lucifer.
What about for me?
I suppose I'd at least lay down my whiskers for you.
Okay, probably should have seen that coming.
Sorry about earlier.
A laudable attitude. Cowed by the prince's might, are you?
Don't get ideas! I'm apologizing only because Longo told me to.
Are you apologizing or trying to pick a fight?
Sorry!
Okay, I think that's enough. By the way, do you know anything about the flying fortress Garum?
Well, I'm just a new recruit, so I can't say I know much. Udo says activating it would be like restarting the war that nearly destroyed the world 50 years ago. I have a hard time seeing it as some terrifying doomsday weapon, but if Udo says so...
So it's capable of destruction that would make the bomb that all but wiped out the Peachy look like a firecracker.
Bien, where's Longo?
What's wrong? You look agitated.
We found the princess!
What? Say no more. Longo's in the command center.
Heard that, Prince? Let's go see Longo.
Sure. Here we go. Whoop. You said you found Anne?
Yes. Rosetta's tank brigade has stopped at End Mill Base, to the northeast. The Resistance will set out in pursuit with all possible haste. If you're willing to lend us a hand, please head to the base as well.
nice to have actual roads after Sandland's dirt tracks.
That's because they're well looked after.
On the other hand, well-defined routes make for easy ambushes.
When fighting on uneven terrain, always gain the high ground before your opponent. It's easy to attack from above, but a royal pain to hit someone from low ground.
At least that was sort of fun.
When fighting on uneven terrain, always gain the high ground before your opponent. It's easy to attack from above, but a royal pain to hit someone from low ground.
Ooh, good advice. I'll give that a try.
The road's well maintained, but trees jut out over it and obstruct the view sometimes. If you want to drive, do it with care.
But when I'm in Sandland, I can charge wherever I want. Here we go.
You can find all sorts of things on the side roads here.
If no one ever comes by, it never gets picked up after all.
Wait, how did all this stuff get there in the first place then?
Fell from the sky, maybe?
Whoop!
Lots of sharp turns on these mountains.
If you're going to use a bot, please drive slowly.
Hey, if we fall, we'll just deal with it. Here we go.
All right.
Forestland Army's no joke, down to the lowest grunt.
Their soldiers must undergo extensive training. Though I'd argue that for the most part, the Royal Army is just too complacent.
Soldiers pass through here. Haven't found Trick Camp?
It's surrounded by cliffs and thick vegetation, so it's hard to see and easy to defend.
They put a lot of thought into their location, huh?
Make sure not to go in so deep that you can't touch the bottom, Prince.
Uh-huh, thanks.
Bots are generally no good in the water either.
I've got it, okay? I know how to keep myself from drowning. Yeah.
Prince, sorry, can't help right now.
Look at those forest soldiers hanging around over there.
We don't want to be seen. That said, we can't always evade them.
Great, charging right at them is more my style.
Visibility's poor. You wander around without a plan here, you're just asking to get lost.
Yeah, have to know where you are to get where you're going.
But getting lost would be more of a fun adventure. Does everybody in Forestland have bots or something?
I seriously doubt that. Bots are expensive to buy and maintain.
Whoa! Wonder what we'd find if we drove the hovercraft across the sea.
I don't know. But you can't do it in a hovercraft. It'd break down before long, and you'd be stranded.
Maybe let's ditch that idea. What kind of stuff do you think people usually eat around here in Forestland?
With all these trees, I'd imagine fruit is a major part of Forestlanders' diets. Probably fish as well, given the easy access to the sea and rivers.
Here we go. Different from Sandland, then. Hey, we've actually traveled pretty far, huh?
Yeah, I never imagined we'd end up going all this way when we left Demon Village.
You said it. Never thought we'd end up in a different country.
It's fun, though. We've seen lots of cool stuff.
Forestland soldiers are pretty tough. I bet they train on the assumption that war could break out at any moment. That mindset alone might explain the difference in strength between them and the Royal Army.
Looks like a camp down that path.
Sometimes your detours hit pay dirt, Prince.
Don't like how you said that. Makes it sound like they're usually pointless. What kind of stuff do you think people usually eat around here in Forestland?
With all these trees, I'd imagine fruit is a major part of Forestlanders' diets. Probably fish as well, given the easy access to the sea and rivers.
It's really different from Sandland, then.
You can find all sorts of things on the side roads here.
If no one ever comes by, it never gets picked up after all.
Wait, how did all this stuff get there in the first place, then?
Felt
I knew you would come, Mr. Beelzebub.
You really did show up, huh?
Got a problem with that?
What's the situation?
As bad as it could get.
Supreme Commander Brett just arrived at Enmill Base.
We believe he's there to take custody of Anne.
A missing princess suddenly returns a decade later. I can see how that would merit the attention of the Supreme Commander himself.
What happens if he does take her with him?
She'll become a figurehead to prop up the legitimacy of Bread's rule, or else a scapegoat to turn the people against the Royalists. Either way, she'll be nothing but a pawn.
Then we have to get the princess back sooner rather than later.
The base has been on high alert since Bread's arrival. We stand no chance if we try to take them head-on. Mr. Rao, how would you approach this problem?
Simple. Divide and conquer. We have the bulk of our forces draw the enemy's attention, while a small crack squad sneaks in to save Anne.
I was thinking the exact same thing. But who to choose for the stealth operation?
You want a crack squad? You can't get more crack than the swimmers.
Yeah, for swimming. You want a crack fighter? You come to me.
We don't have time to argue. I'll choose the teams myself. Mr. Rao, will you command the infiltration team?
Of course.
Ha! See?
Lango chose Shiva, not you.
And not you either.
We can't delay a moment longer. It's time to move out. Udo, Horto, stir up a racket to draw the enemy's attention.
Yes, sir!
Ah, I thought for sure we'd get the starring role this time.
We're heading out.
Guess not everywhere around the capital gets built up, huh?
Maybe because of the unique terrain.
On the other hand, the capital is bustling with people, and well developed.
I think we must be nearing the capital.
And more soldiers around means more eyes we need to avoid. Keep yours peeled. We'll attract too much attention if all three of us move together. Let's split up. Prince, we'll use your telepathy to communicate.
Okay.
And don't you dare suddenly go, "Ah!" in our heads to make us jump.
Yeah.
Comrades in arms, proud defenders of our beloved forest land, prepare for battle!
Who's that?
I am your supreme commander, Brett. It has now been 10 years since King Cham was seduced by a wretched fiend into betraying our fatherland. Long have we waited for our king to come to his senses, but to no avail.
Oops, my son.
Though the king himself
Gotta be
still
more
has
careful.
my undying respect, he remains spellbound to this very day. Trapped in his own mind, he is but a walking corpse. And a nation of the living cannot be governed by the dead. We need new leadership, a new monarch. And who is worthy of the throne, they ask.
Supreme Commander!
The fate of my fellow soldiers truly warms my heart. Alas, love of country and martial strength alone make not a king. What is more, our beloved forest land now faces an unprecedented crisis. A Sandland fiend disguised as the woman we knew as Queen Lilith is to blame for corrupting our king.
Here we go.
And now Supreme Commander Zayden, the honorable leader of our neighbor, has been deposed by another such fiend. Worse still, the entire royal army now lies in that villain's clutches. I am sure you do not need me to explain what that means, but let me be clear. This creature of pure evil will deviously manipulate the royal army into invading Forestland.
He's just making up lies. Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. I probably shouldn't try to drive a bot around inside the base.
The enemy! Get them!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Whoop! Here we go. Whoop!
Prepare for battle!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Here we go.
The enemy! Get them!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful.
Prepare for battle!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Whoop!
My wise comrades, I am sure you require no explanation. But the one quality our new sovereign must possess is the power to combat and vanquish fiends. And as luck would have it, we know he is more than capable of such. For he is the same hero who struck down the fiend that beguiled our former king. Our king will be none other than our champion, the valiant Muniel!
That's Muniel? You mean my sis lost to that? This has to be some kind of mistake, for sure. Well, glad I cleared that up. Gotta go find Anne now.
Brave soldiers, you have my sincere thanks. The people have spoken.
Man,
and
what
I
sweet
have-
rides!
If you insist
Can't
on making
wait to try them out.
then
But guess
you're
now
mine.
isn't the time.
Hear that, citizens? For 10 years, Muniel has refused to claim the title of king for himself, insisting he is no more than a steward of the throne. But now, at last, he will wear the crown! And we shall do battle with Sandland once again!
Oh man,
We will hold the coronation at once, and when the crown rests upon my head, I will declare war on Sandland! Finally put an end to that wretched kingdom and all its demons!
And if we let them, they'll use Anne to get that war they want so badly.
I gotta find her, now.
Prepare for battle!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Hit!
Enemy spotted!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Hup!
We will dispatch them swiftly!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful. Hit! be more careful. Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful.
Enemy spotted!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful.
We will dispatch them swiftly!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful.
Enemy spotted!
Oops, they saw me. Gotta be more careful.
Prince, over here!
It's locked. Can you open it?
Not a problem! You came!
Aren't we supposed to share an emotional hug or something at times like this?
Ew, gross!
All right, let's hurry up and get out of here.
Wait, can we stop by the command center?
The command center? What do you need to go there for?
I overheard some soldiers talking. That's where the Aquanium radar is.
Really? That's well worth a visit then.
I object! The command center must have the heaviest security in this whole base!
Not while Brett and Muniel are busy giving their speech. Right?
That's over-optimistic, but there won't be any better time.
Then, let's go!
Thank you, BLs.